Grip modifying. Let's learn how to modify objects through their grips. For this example, I'm going to use a rectangle. I'll go ahead and pan just a little bit to put that in the center. If I select this object here, I have blue grips at the corners and at the midpoints of each of these lines. I already know that I can select this point here and stretch it around. I'll hit escape to deselect that. I can grab a corner point here. I can stretch out the corners. Now if I maybe wanted to use something similar to the scale command or the stretch or these copy, rotate, move, and mirror, I would have to come up here and actually choose the icon, type in the command just to access these commands in order to manipulate this rectangle. Well, one useful thing I can do is always select this object here. I can hold down the shift key and select that corner point, continue to hold down shift and maybe select these 2 points, and then when I finally select this point here, as you can see, now as I move the object around, it moves a lot differently than before. It keeps those red grips that I had the same, and it causes the other corner points to be the anchor points, and I can move and stretch those out as needed. I'll go ahead and hit escape to undo that. So if I add this here, where will my anchor points be? I'll go ahead and move and stretch it around again. I'll hit escape to undo that. I'll add this to one of my hot grips, and I'll go ahead and pick it up and move it around again. As you can see, now I'm moving it around completely. Well, I can use some of these other modify commands as well. All I have to do is press the space bar, and every time I press the space bar I get a new command. So let's read the command line. Each time I press the space bar, I'll have scale, which is currently active. Space again, I get mirror. Space again, I get stretch, which I can't currently stretch around because I have so many of these red hot grips. I have the move command, rotate, scale again, mirror, and I start cycling through all the commands again. So let's look at this again. Let me deselect all these grips. I'll select the object. I will click one point here, and as I stretch around, instead of stretching the corner point, I'll snap it back in place, press the space bar, and now I can move it instead. Press the space bar, and now I'm able to rotate it. Press the space, I can scale it just like the scale command. Press the space again, and now I'm mirroring it. And if I press space, I am back to stretching. So if you ever want to move something easily, I could always select the move, select the object, press the space bar, specify a point, move the rectangle. Or I can select the object, select the grip, press space, and now I'm already moving it. So as you can see, using the grips to modify can sometimes be a lot faster than selecting objects, selecting the modify commands, or starting with the modify commands themselves and then selecting the objects.